live on your tablet, phone, and the KUTV app. This is 2 News Live.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on 2 News Live. I'm Jamie McGriff. It's Wednesday, January 31st, and we are going in depth tonight on a tragic end to the search for a missing hiker in American Fork Canyon. And so before we dive in, we want to take a look at what is making headlines right now. Okay, and so right here, Tooele drowning victim identified. The Tooele Police Department has identified the man who drowned at Settlement Canyon Reservoir. They say 20-year-old Imalani Lutui was a new deputy for Salt Lake County Sheriff, and he was at the reservoir earlier this week when a woman fell in. Lutui jumped into that icy water and saved her, but drowned in the process. And a man arrested on a flight to Utah. Police have arrested a man accused of assaulting passengers and crew members on a flight to Salt Lake City. Police say Darnell Collins followed passengers, grabbed them, and taped them on a flight from the Netherlands to Utah on January 21st. He is also accused of threatening crew members. After flight attendants moved Collins to the back of the plane, he's accused of spitting on a passenger and hitting two others. That's not the way you want to travel. Okay, so the Utah House passed a resolution to bring Major League Baseball to the state. It passed by a vote of 68-2. Representatives Tim Jimenez and Scott Chu, they both voted no. Chu said his constituents contacted him saying that their concerned taxpayer money might be used. The resolution passed the Senate last week. And oh my goodness, this is really cool. I like this one. The Utah Jazz announced a multi-year agreement with Stanley. Ta-da! I think that was such a smart move. The innovative food and drinkware company, they're going to be releasing a limited number of Utah's Jazz Stanley tumblers. I think this is fantastic. They're going to be available at the team store inside the Delta Center, and starting this Sunday, February 4th, you'll be able to get them during the Jazz game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Good luck trying to find them, because chances are they're going to be sold out at some point. All right, as we go in depth tonight, you can always get in touch with us during the show. You can use the hashtag 2NewsLive to join on the conversation. Tragic end to a search and rescue effort in American Fork Canyon. Teams discovered a body this morning believed to be 19-year-old McKenna Miner. Ariel Harrison spoke with search and rescue crews today. And Ariel, how are they handling the situation? Because this is so heartbreaking.
It sure is, Jamie. I just want to stress that we haven't received a positive ID on that body just yet, but there is enough information on this case that they do have this strong belief that it is McKenna, just based off the location and information they had and the where they were able to locate this person. Now, the team members, they spend hours, they respond to these calls often. They spend hours all day yesterday and then into this morning looking for McKenna, as her family reached out to police just on Tuesday morning for help because she'd gone missing. They hadn't heard from her. So they invest a lot in this. They meet the family, they work closely with them. Obviously not an ending they hope for, but they are understanding in their line of work, and it is volunteer. These people volunteer. They have full-time jobs, many of them, and then do this on the side. But this is something that's possible and can happen, but never the outcome they want. Very tragic in that sense. They just shared with me that, this happens, and it's heartbreaking, but they have to get back up, so to speak, back on the horse and ready for the next call. That was something I talked with team members about today who, spent all day yesterday and then the bulk of this morning on this search. Just a very tragic update. They do believe that this had to do with suicide. They talk about how there were mental health issues in this specific case, and just information they've been able to gather from the family. So very, very heartbreaking circumstances, Jamie, but some final things we're learning as teams were out in these hills of American Fork Canyon searching all day yesterday and then into this morning.
Ariel, thank you for that report. And of course, I know that many thoughts and prayers are going out to the family that's affected, as well as the teams who were searching for her. And we're also learning more about a 19-year-old 19-year-old McKenna Miner, friends are remembering her as an adventurer who was spontaneous and reliable. Emma Riley spoke with one of those friends to find out who McKenna was. And Emma, what did you learn today?
Yeah, I spoke with one of McKenna's friends from high school. They actually met senior year and they worked together. She said that all of those things, she said McKenna was adventurous. She said she lived life to the fullest. She said she was really smart, and she really emphasized how reliable she was. She said she had a club here at BYU. One who showed up was McKenna, and she said that always stuck out to her, and anytime she needed McKenna, she was always there for her. But she said that she wanted her to be remembered as smart. She said they loved to talk about environmental science together. She even told me that McKenna was going to BYU to be for psychology, and she had a passion for helping others even when she didn't feel like she was okay. And she also wanted people to check on their friends if they feel like they may be going through something. But she says that she will be missed. They have a great friend group at BYU, and she said it'll be really hard to be without her.
Okay, Emma, thank you for that report. Definitely such a huge loss for so many that loved and knew her. And remember, people, if you or someone you know is struggling with suicidal thoughts or any mental health crisis, be sure to call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. No one's going to judge you. That number is 988, and that's where you can get help. Well, one thing's for sure, the weather has helped us out today. Look at this.
It feels good.
What day is
it?
this? Isn't this January? Is this the last day of January?
You know, I looked into
day
it.
before the last day.
A normal high of 62 is something that we would see actually in the middle of April.
Oh, wow.
So that's a little bit warm than what we should be seeing here at the end of January. Our normal is 40, the record is 63, and we didn't quite get there. We've started to cool off now that the sun's gone down, but yeah, big 6-2 today. Lots of people getting up into the 50s and 60s, if not even the 70s down in Mesquite, Nevada. They reported 73 as their daytime high, and believe it or not, spring isn't that far away. So it's not quite spring yet, but there's only 30 days until March 1st, which is the first day of meteorological spring. So we're counting down the days until not only the days get longer, but also until we get a little bit of a prolonged warm up. But for now, we've got winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings that we want to talk about. A winter storm warning here in northern Nevada. Now, these go through 5 p.m. on Saturday. Winter weather advisories for our northern and central mountains. And down south, we've got a winter storm warning for you. That includes the Pine Valley Mountains, areas like Bryan Head. You're going to be seeing 1 to 2 feet of snow over the next couple of days. And we even have a winter storm watch for places out in southeastern Utah, including the La Salles and the Abajo Mountains near Monticello. Now, we've got a big atmospheric river that's pushing north, so we're not going to get a whole lot of it. The Sierra is going to block a lot of it, but we are going to get a couple pieces of the remnant moisture here moving through the state over the next couple of days, so it's going to increase our chances for wet weather. The clouds increase tonight through the day tomorrow. Now, we might see a couple scattered showers near St. George right around 10 a.m., but the bulk of the storm doesn't get here until Friday afternoon. If not, Saturday morning is really when we're going to see the core of that storm push through. So our snow levels are going to remain pretty high until that core gets here, but we might see a little bit of snow mixing in, especially below 6,000 feet on Friday very early in the morning. So we could see potentially a little bit of road snow here between Beaver and Cedar City, but for the most part, we're dealing with the valley rain and mountain snow event across the entire state. There's that colder air that comes in Friday night into Saturday morning, and that might just be enough to mix our snow levels all the way down to the valley floors here across the Wasatch Front. And of course, we'll be keeping track of this one because it's really important what the temperatures are doing up in Cache County. They've been outrageously cold compared to what we've been seeing here across the Wasatch Front, with highs only right around freezing. So here's what the lowest snow levels are showing for the rest of this week. Right now, they're pretty high, right around 8,000 feet. We're seeing thawing conditions underneath that. And then they start to drop Thursday into Friday. 5,000 feet is the lowest snow level that we'll get on Friday. And then there's 4,500 feet Saturday morning. And here along the valley floors of the Wasatch Front, we sit right around 4,500 feet. So that's just close enough that we might see a couple snowflakes mixing in. We're not expecting a whole lot of accumulation, but what we are expecting is precipitation falling mostly as rain. The bulk of Thursday's event is going to be down in southwestern Utah. We could pick up a quick 1/4 of an inch, and then through the day on Friday, those rain totals start to jump up in a big way. We could be dealing with a 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch, potentially higher amounts down there in southwestern Utah, where we're looking closer to an inch recently. In St. George, not only rain tomorrow and Friday, but we've got it again Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as another storm rolls in. Those high temperatures dropping into the 40s from where they are now in the 60s. And in Salt Lake City, we're dealing with rain starting late tomorrow through the day on Friday, mix of rain and snow on Saturday. Those temperatures get a little bit cooler, so a little bit closer to normal. Our normal high is 40 degrees. We'll be back towards that on Sunday with partly cloudy skies. And here's what we can expect for February. So we've got a whole nother month ahead of us, and starting tomorrow, our sunrise is at 7:37, but by the end of the month, 7:02, we gain an hour and 10 minutes of daylight, Jamie, and we're going to start to see those 6 o'clock sunsets pretty soon.
I'm not ready to go back to normal. I like these 60s. Thanks so much, Trent. All right, so remember, you can download our 2 News weather app to know about changes to your neighborhood. You can get those updated forecasts and live radar right on your phone. The app is free to download. All right, Star Wars and Lego, they are celebrating the 25th anniversary of their partnership. Look at that. All right, the Lego Group unveiled several new Star Wars anniversary products this week. They include Lego sets for R2-D2 and the Millennium Falcon, and they are available for pre-order, and they come out in March. First launched in October of 1999, the collaboration started with toys and expanded to video games, books, special series, and all kinds of stuff, including movies. I tell you, it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication to put those pieces together.
Jamie's a big Lego builder over here.
I'm not a Lego builder, but I have stepped on a few, and let me tell you, there were some pretty choice words that came out after that.
That'll do it.
But for those of you who are Lego builders, salute to you. That's always something fun to do. And we appreciate you also watching 2 News Live. We're going to be here 5:30 Monday through Friday, and we hope that you will join us again for more in-depth conversations on the topics that impact you and your family. Have a great Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow.